it this fast. Lane centering does an amazing job in Genesis. This thing, what I can't get over is just how quiet it is. What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ, and we're back this week with the 2023 Electrified Genesis GV70 Prestige. For those of you that have been watching these videos, you already know, but for anyone new, we are going to start with the exterior with all these stats, figures, everything you really want to know, work our way to the interior, and then we're going to take it on a drive. But first things first, got to roll the cinematic. Let's roll. Starting with some of the stats and figures on this vehicle, it's going to be starting around the $65,000 mark. However, this one in particular, the Prestige package, as already mentioned, with an additional option, it is coming in at around $75,000. Obviously, all EV, you are going to get up to around 238 miles on one charge. It's 429 horsepower with a 0 to 60 around 4 seconds flat. And that brings me to the weight, which is 4,982 pounds. And if you're looking to be towing with this vehicle, you are looking at 3,500 pounds. The wheels are 20 inches and they are 265, 45, and 20 inches big. Checking out the front here and the design, it is a really cool looking design. I think it's stylish. You have LED headlamps, LED runners, and then right here hidden in the grille is the charging port. So all along here, little cutouts. So I don't know, it's running right now, so I don't know if I can, okay, yeah, you can. While it's running, you can open it. But there's your charging port, pops open just like that. Pretty neat how it's hidden in, because you step back and I mean you literally cannot see it, so that is really, really cool. You do have some functional vents. You can see right there, you can see straight through them, and then down here you can see in there as well. The battery setup on this is there is a front battery and a rear battery, and it is all-wheel drive. I do love that the moldings or the wheel arches are all paint to match. That is super nice. You guys know I do like whenever they do that. And this thing just looks good. I mean, even just stepping back and looking at the overall profile, looks great. Now, coming back up, you do have keyless entry on the front doors, however, not on the rear doors, so that is a little odd being a Genesis. Looking at the mirrors, you're going to notice a little camera on there, and it does have a 360 camera, and it is up there with the best in the industry. Continuing on to the back, you've got Genesis spelled out there, GV70, and at first, this is kind of funny because I couldn't find the button in order to pop this thing, and it's actually right here underneath the windshield wiper. So that's the first time I've ever seen that. Unique, but hey, it works. It's right in front of you, you know? Taking a look at the rear cargo area, you're gonna have about 28.7 cubic feet of space back here. And if you fold down the seats, you're looking at 56.5. In order to fold down the seats, there are just little levers back here. You can pull it and they will drop right down. And of course, to shut the rear hatch, just simply press the button and down it goes. Pretty much wraps up the exterior. I guess one last point, and that is the overall length. The overall length is coming in at 15.4 feet. All right, stepping inside, is it easy or is it not? I'm 5'9". Here we go. Yeah, that was pretty easy. The only thing is my seat is like reclined forward right now. Hold on. Pause. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so back here you have the sunshade back here for your liking or not. Just simply set it down. It is manual. You've got the chrome looking door handle, soft touch leather, leather. This is hard right here. You have a good looking switch, lock and unlock. Looking at the back of the seat, it is a hard plastic and you have a little net here for whatever you would like to store. In the middle, you've got your own temperature control. You can see the ambient lighting around here looking beautiful, of course. Your own heated seats. And on the passenger side, same thing, hard, and you can store whatever you'd like there. And you can actually move this if you need to from here. You just simply press the button, forward it goes. Just looking at the seats though, like look at how beautiful that is. I mean, like the way it just fades in with the quilted, like I really genuinely like the design. I think it looks great. Looking at the door panel, it just looks good. It really does. And up above us, we have a panoramic roof, if you can see there. Obviously, it's closed at the moment. And it's an Alcantara headliner, which is part of the upgrade. In the middle, we do have 2 cup holders and an armrest. All right, testing the front seat here. Yeah, that was very easy, very natural, very easy. Starting over on the driver's door, you're gonna notice 2 different settings for memory seating, your 4 window switches, power folding mirrors. Coming up to the steering wheel, probably the first thing you're gonna notice is behind the little paddle shifters. That is actually to control the regenerative braking, which you can see over here what level you have it at. On this side, all of your media functions and the volume is just a scroll wheel, which is nice. I do actually like that. Over on the right-hand side is all cruise control and menu setting types of stuff. You have lane centering, adaptive cruise control. They call it smart, I think, Go or something, cruise control, Genesis technically, but nonetheless, adaptive cruise control. Coming up, you have a bunch of different menus you can go through, look at whatever. I'll leave it on the speedometer. Now this is really cool. I have no idea if this is going to show up on camera. This is a 3D digital instrument cluster. Now, I don't even know how to describe it very well. I mean, so like this bottom section and the speedometer, the little speed limit sign, your range down here in the bottom left, and your miles total on the car are like forward. And then like the speedo and, well, for EV, your TAC basically, are like behind it. Like it's really cool, honestly. Like at first I thought I was like tripping. I was like, what is happening? And I really like that. It really gives it some depth. 3D, obviously. It's cool. I have no idea how they figured that out though. It's really neat. Coming up top, you do have optional heads-up display, part of that package, as I've already mentioned. Over here, a nice big screen, 14.5 inches, super usable as well. It's fast, it's quick, I really like it. Coming down here, you're gonna notice up in the top left, you got your stop-start button, you have your fingerprint scanner, and then heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel. All a little digital screen right there to control that, and you still have some hard buttons down here, which obviously like navigation, your map, radio, media setup. Nice to have some physical buttons as well. I am a fan of still having a little bit of that. Now, camera button and drive modes are here. Let's check out the camera very quickly. So if I select this, close, if we click this over here, I mean, drag it wherever you want, just like Mercedes-Benz. And it looks just as good as well. It is really good quality. Great job by Genesis. Checking out our drive modes over here. We come up, we have Eco, We have comfort, we have sport, and we have basically my mode, which you can like customize in all the menus, and obviously I have not done that. Now, the cool thing about changing the different modes, it instantaneously is going to tell you what your new distance is going to be, or range rather. So like, watch, sport, 194. Just lost 6 miles automatically. The other thing is whenever I go into sport mode, the bolsters on the seat automatically start to hug me, which is pretty neat. And according to my wife, that does not do it on the passenger side. It is only in my seat. The driver, pretty neat nonetheless. Continuing on down, if we push that in, you do have a wireless phone charger right in there, along with a couple of other USB ports. Parking sensors on and off. You have, again, scroll wheels. You can tune and volume, which is nice. I love the scroll idea, and it has a little texture to them, so it doesn't like slip. Like, you can actually like get a hold of it pretty good. And then if you don't want to reach all the way up to the screen, you can control everything by this little knob here. You can probably see me spinning it on there. Push in to select. You are good to go. And of course, the driving dial looks really good and elegant if you ask me. Now, on the left-hand side of my seat, you're going to see it pop up on the screen. There is the seat massager. You have pelvis, waist, whole body, and they call it ergo motion seat. Listen, it's a freaking massager, so you can call it what you want to. At the end of the day, it's a massager and it works well. However, it is only on the driver's seat and not the passenger seat, so maybe we'll see that one day. Coming up, there is not a digital mirror. It is just a normal frameless mirror. It looks nice. However, I think there definitely should be one with it being an SUV because, you know, maybe someone's head back there is blocking the window. Wouldn't have that issue if there was an option for the camera. Last but not least, checking out the center console. There is a good amount of room in here. You could fit, I would say, 2 normal sized tissue boxes in there, I would think. Probably about that size. Ooh, I forgot the most important thing. We're about to take it on the drive. But if you throw this thing down in sport mode, okay, and then if you press this boost button, that's where you're gonna get all the ponies. And this thing genuinely, so like for my short that is already up or will be up in the next few days, for the 0 to 60 on this thing, that was a one-take wonder. Just because of my natural raw reaction, this thing surprised me. Like, it is quick. Like, for an SUV, for any vehicle, it's quick. Like, you guys know, like, I've owned a 2017 Acura NSX, C7 Z06, 2 Audi R8s, I have a C8 now. Like, I've owned a lot of pretty quick cars, and this thing surprised me so good. And that boost button is very, very fun, and honestly, this vehicle is on my list potentially for my wife for a daily driver, just because she doesn't drive long distances, so she could just plug it in at night and we wouldn't have any issues with it. So, with that said, let's get this thing on the road. Getting this GV70 Prestige out on the road, and quiet. It's really quiet, which is nice because they don't pipe in any sound or anything. Like, it is just quiet. The active noise control on this is really good. Now, as I was already stating just shortly before, if I put this thing in sport mode and I throw on boost, oh man, here we go. Are you ready? We'll do a 0 to 60 here in 3, 2, 1, go. How's it this fast? 60. Oh my goodness. Ah, it's crazy. It really is. That's wild. I mean, it's, so here's what's nice. Having the nice side of an EV is the instant torque. So for those of you that have not been in one, like, I highly encourage you to like go drive one if you can. I mean, at any dealer, because then you kind of have an idea of the good side of an EV. Like, plenty of passing power. It's always on demand. As soon as you hit the pedal, it's great. The downside, and it's well known and they're trying to fix it is the charging side of it, because they're trying to improve the time and all of that stuff, and it is pretty decent. I mean, in this, I think you're looking at around from like 10 to 80%, around like the 20-minute mark, somewhere there, maybe 25 minutes, on a level 3, obviously. But you have options, right? Because if you do a level 1, which is your normal wall outlet at home, it's basically like a trickle charger. I mean, that's going to take forever. I mean, it says like up to 30 hours to charge it on that. But even just a normal, well, I say normal, but a level 2 charger, you're looking at like 4 hours, roughly, somewhere in there to charge it. So it's really not that bad, because if you're going anywhere to and from less than, call it 200 miles per day, if you just get a level 2 installed in your house, like, you just plug in at night and like you're totally fine. But enough with that. You guys understand that is the only downfall really right now to an EV, because there's no oil changes to these things, so there's less maintenance there, which is good. As far as sound goes, we're going to test it out over my little cattle guard up here, and the suspension. So let's test it in 3, 2, 1. That's pretty good. That's really quiet, and the suspension did a great job at controlling me. Right now I'm in normal for my mode. Definitely pleased with that. Checking our blind spots over to my left. Very easy to see out of. The pillar's actually away from you just a little bit, opposed to being kind of like close to you, so it's really easy to see in this one. Over to our right, also very easy to see out of. There is a pillar towards the back that maybe it would bother you just a little bit, but of course you have blind spot monitoring if you were to have any issues. Now, features while driving, we have our adaptive cruise control, and we have our lane centering. Lane centering does an amazing job in Genesis. I cannot talk about how good they are. Like, it genuinely is great. There's one thing I want to discuss. I have heard, and people have commented, that it's just a knock-off Benz. Well, I would venture to guess that many people, you know, buy different medication that's not the name brand per se, because it works and does everything just as good, if not better, for less cost. That's the Genesis. I mean, it is really that good. It's not just a wannabe Mercedes-Benz. It is up there with Mercedes-Benz. Yes, I have driven and reviewed other vehicles like the EQS. EQS is obviously bigger than this. However, it's still an all-electric SUV, and for sure, Genesis has done an amazing job at meeting or exceeding Mercedes-Benz. So that's no knock on Mercedes-Benz. Obviously, Mercedes-Benz is great. They're always leading the industry. That's everyone. I don't care who you look at. Everyone is chasing Mercedes-Benz. Has been for the last at least 8 to 10 years. Even Lucid. I come from supply chain. They bought an S-Class in order to try to beat with the Lucid. That's everyone. That's just a fact. So for those of you that don't know, really quick, my background is supply chain and automotive. I've worked at GM Corvette plant, and I've worked at Lucid, and I've worked at Tier 1 automotive suppliers as well. So that's my background. This thing, what I can't get over is just how quiet it is. It's so comfortable, it's so smooth. I click on my whole body massage, I'm cruising along, I have my cooled seat on, like, it's just comfortable. It's comfortable. It has all the passing power you would want. It has all the tech and features I want. I mean, this thing genuinely has me sold. Like, this is the first EV, because it's within price point, right? Like the EQS, like I love the EQS, but I can't afford it. It's $129,000. The spec that I had that I would want. And this is 75, fully loaded with everything in it. That's hard to beat. Like, that is really impressive if you ask me. So I like an electric vehicle that looks traditional on the outside. A lot of the electric vehicles just look not great. They're trying to be too futuristic for me. And this thing looks normal. It looks elegant on the outside. It looks just like any other GV70, in my opinion, for the most part. And I like that. And the interior isn't too simplistic. It's got all of the stuff, just like a normal combustion motor car. Like, I like it. I really do. I really like this vehicle. Like, it's nice. Very nice. So if you're considering something like this, I would highly recommend this. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. It's comfortable for 4 people. If you're gonna fit 5, that's gonna be a little tight, I ain't gonna lie there, but you fit 4, you can fit all your stuff in the back. You've got enough room. Everyone's happy. This is the ultimate daily driver, if you ask me. It really is. All right, the next video is going to be 5 things to love, 5 things to improve. You guys will see that coming up next, along with shorts every day on this vehicle for the week that I have it. Next week, I think might be the Acura Integra for you guys, manual transmission. Love that. So stick around, be sure to subscribe. It really does help me out. It means a lot when you guys do. We're trying to chase 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we're about to hit 18,000 right now. So I think we can do it. I really do appreciate it. And also, if you like the video, give it a big old like, because that helps the algorithm. If not, I totally understand. But as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.